so I'm going to go fast because I have to do a quick Korean lesson for you. So Korean, you've all seen it. It looks like this. It's actually phonetic, if you didn't know. And so if we were to give an analogy, if we were to write English like the Korean language uses its phonetic pieces, we'd write hello sort of with the HE and the L made into one block and then LO in another. So one syllable broken, or two syllables broken up that way. And likewise, Korean, it can be broken down like this. So this is a placeholder that's silent. This is ya, 안녕, which is hello in Korean. So this is more of a bit of UTF-8 trivia than it really is pertinent to Elixir, but here we go. So these can be put together in 3 different ways. You have an onset and a vowel. So this is a K sound and an A sound, which makes ka. It can be set up with an onset, a vowel, and what we call a coda at the bottom for the end, which is pronounced kam. This is an M sound. And then an onset and a vowel and a double coda, which is pronounced kap here. But UTF-8 doesn't make a difference between a double coda and a normal coda. So this is a list of all of the valid onsets, vowels, and codas that exist in Korean. They can be arranged in any combination in this order here. And what's interesting is that the way that they've been organized, you start off, there's a first letter. This is where Hangul starts in, Hangul is the name of the Korean alphabet. This is where Hangul starts in UTF-8, so this is ka. So starting from this point, if you just increase, so if you look here, what I'm doing is I'm taking the onset, which is the first one. I take ka, I break it out into UTF-8 code point. And then I just go through and I map, adding it and passing it to list string here. It generates, and I'll walk through this here. So this first one is ka, so it's k, and empty. I add 1 to it. The coda increments, and we keep going. And so they, as I showed before, there were 28 codas. So once we go through that, all the 28 of those codas, we move along on the vowel, which gives us k, and then an empty down there. So that's how it works, and let me give you a quick demo of how this all works together. So I can type welcome. All right, and then I can say, break it down into an array of characters. So that'll give me them broken down into the individual syllables. I can then pass it into this little module I wrote that does this. Actually, I have to map it. And I can decompose them down to their base syllables, to their base building blocks here. So I get back OK, and I get a struct with the coda, the onset, and the vowel called out. And so I have H, wa, and n as the breakdown. I can then take that one further, and I'm going to go back to something I previously wrote so I don't get nervous and forget it here. And I can reduce it back down using a compose. So I can reduce this output here back down to put the word back together. If you want to know more about this and why I'm doing it, come talk to me afterwards. Thank you.